Are you getting a lot of engagement on your social posts, but very few leads? The problem probably isn't your content. It's what happens after it's seen. My name is Ronnie Herrera, and I help businesses generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue by solving this problem. And the solution isn't what most people think. In this video, I'm going to show you why your engagement isn't turning into leads and the missing step that will turn your social traffic into actual pipeline. Let's dive in. So let's walk through the typical journey that most businesses give their social leads to see where the gap is. First, they share a post that delivers a useful framework, system, or insight. It's a great post, so it gets a lot of impressions and engagement. Now what? Most businesses direct their social traffic to their website. But what happens there? Your leads poke around, read a few headlines and 3 bullet points about what you do. Then they're faced with a decision. Are they really ready to commit to booking a meeting, starting a free trial, or buying something? The reality is, at this point, most people don't feel ready to do that. They're still wondering, is this really the right problem for me to solve? Is this the right approach to solving this problem? How does this product actually work? And will this product get results for me? And what does that all translate into? Trust. They need to trust that you're worth spending some of their precious time and energy. That's the missing step. You see, social content is great for generating awareness. Websites are great for driving conversions. What you're missing is the crucial middle step where you earn their trust by making it easy for them to get answers for everything they're still unsure about. Let me show you how to do that. First, we need to understand some buyer psychology. When someone is making a serious buying decision, they're going to do serious research, and your job is to make that easy. But to do that, you need to understand what they're actually trying to figure out. Before someone is ready to buy, they need to feel sure about 3 things. 1, that they're solving the right problem. 2, that they've identified the right solution. And 3, that they found the right product for them. Doing this research is a lot of work, and social posts are just too short, surface level, and in an environment where people are just scrolling for quick dopamine hits, not doing serious, in-depth research. On the flip side, most websites just use text and graphics, forcing you to do the work of reading through them to get the information you need, which usually kicks off even more research to verify claims, look at the competition, and so on. So instead of helping them make a decision, your content is actually creating more work for them. That's why, even though they were interested, they dropped off. So the real question becomes, how can you give someone the answers to all 3 of these questions without making them do a bunch of work, where they don't have to read, click around, or piece things together themselves? Well, that's exactly what long-form YouTube videos are built for. Let me show you how they work. Instead of having your social content send people straight to your website, you send them to long-form YouTube videos that feed them the information they're looking for while they just sit back and watch until they feel ready to take the next step. Here's what you do. First, you share a social post that gives your ideal customers a useful system, except this time, the call to action is to click a link to a video to see the full framework in action. Now, people who are interested will go watch that video, and then the magic starts happening. In the video, you'll break down the problem clearly and articulate it better than they ever could. Now they're feeling, this person gets it. This is exactly the problem I'm facing. I want to hear how they solve this. Then you walk them through your step-by-step approach to solving this problem with your system. You show them why your way works better than the alternatives and remove any confusion along the way. Since you're presenting on camera with graphics and videos, you can go deep and present complex information in a way that you'd never be able to do in a social post or with text and graphics on your website. Plus, they actually get to see you and hear your expertise in action, which builds trust in a way that you usually only get to do in person or over a video call. Except that you can only have one conversation or video call at a time, while a YouTube video can be watched hundreds or thousands of times a day by people just like them all over the world, thanks to the YouTube algorithm. So now, instead of your social lead having to do all this research across 10 different places, they get everything they need in one video. They now understand the full system clearly, and at the end, you let them know that you have a product that helps them achieve the result of that system. And if they're interested, they can click on the link in the description to learn more. This is where everything changes. By the time they click that link, they're no longer trying to figure out the problem. They already understand the approach and they believe this might work. Now, they're just asking one question. Is this the right product for me? Here's how you can make that decision simple. After clicking the link, they're brought to a landing page where the first thing they see is a headline and a video that pitches your product. It's structured like this. First, you remind them how painful the problem is to deal with. This is part of the magic of video. It can really help people feel things, and now that they feel it, the problem has been re-anchored. Next, you show them why the solutions they've already tried haven't worked, and why your new way has, which you've already broken down. This reinforces the solution, building more trust. Then, you'll show them proof that this actually works for other customers like them, removing any final doubt. Now, you break down how your product helps them get the outcome they want. This is where you get into the nitty-gritty details. Now, they get it. So when you finally tell them that if they want that outcome, to book a call, start a free trial, or buy, it feels natural. They trust you and they do it. That's how you turn engagement into actual leads. You remove all the work off their plate and make it easy for them to trust that whatever the next action is, it's worth their time and energy. Now the question is, how do you make those videos? If you want my exact step-by-step system, watch this video.